Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.com.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we start with problem number 18. Okay, right. See here, ma. A circuit containing 80 millihenry inductor. So here 80 millihenry is the inductance of a inductor. Okay, right. So milli means 10 power minus 3, no? So if you want to take in SI, obviously 80 into 10 power minus 3 Henry is the inductance of a inductor. And a 60 microfarad capacitor. 60 microfarad means if you want to know the capacitance of a capacitor that is 60 microfarad in SI, 60 into 10 power minus 6 farad is the capacitance of a capacitor. In series, E is connected to a 230 volt, 50 hertz supply. Right, it is what AC, 50 hertz is the frequency of AC and 230 volt is the voltage applied across AC. Right, now the resistance of the circuit is negligible. The resistance of the circuit is negligible. Okay, right. Here 5 things are there, ma, to discuss. So these 5 things we have to obtain and we have to discuss, right. So till now in this problem, that is what problem number 18th exercise problem, that is what I am saying. They have given inductance. They have given inductance of an inductor, that is 80 into 10 power minus 3 Henry, and capacitance of a capacitor, that is 60 into 10 power minus 6 farad. Okay, right, which is connected to the AC source of voltage applied across that as 230 volts and frequency of the AC is 50 hertz. Okay, right. Now there is a small assumption, that is what small but important. The resistance of the circuit is negligible. The resistance of the circuit is negligible. It's very important. Why? Because if you consider the resistance, if you think that the certain amount of resistance is present in the circuit, then problem will deviate. Okay, right. There are 5 things to determine or to discuss. A, B, C, D, E. A, obtain the current amplitude and RMS values, right. B, obtain the RMS values of potential drops across each element. Next, C, what is the average power transferred to the inductor? D, what is the average power transferred to the capacitor? E, what is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? Okay, right. You please keep in mind, ma, according to the question, that is what question number 18. See here, in this question or in this problem, there is a circuit which contains inductor and capacitor. See here. So inductor means that is what of inductance 80 into 10 power minus 3 Henry. Capacitor means that is 60 into 10 to the power of minus 6 farad. In series, is connected to, right, voltage and frequency of AC source, right. Resistance of the circuit is negligible. Now obtain the current amplitude and RMS values. Obtain the current amplitude and RMS values. Okay, right. And after that, obtain the RMS values of potential drops across each element. Right. Next, what is the average power transfer to the inductor? Next, what is the average power transfer to the capacitor? Right. Next, What is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? What is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? Right. Next. See here, now we are going to see the answer to this particular question. Is one by one, step by step. First we will discuss A, then B, C, D, E. Before going to discuss A, that is what, before going to obtain the current amplitude and RMS values, first we have to write the given values. That is what inductance L is equal to 8 millihenry, 80 into 10 power minus 3 Henry. C is equal to 60 microfarad, 60 into 10 power minus 6 farad. V RMS is equal to 230 volts and frequency is 50 Hz. Now, reactance of the circuit, that is what only he is asking now. He is asking to find current amplitude and RMS. So, how to find the current amplitude? You know, we need voltage and resistance, no? We need voltage and resistance to calculate current according to Ohm's law or generally also, okay? That's why here, first we have to calculate the resistance, reactance, then afterwards you can find out current amplitude, okay? See here. A. Reactance of the circuit is equal to modulus of omega L minus 1 by omega C. Modulus of omega L minus 1 by omega C, right? Omega means 2 pi F now. So, modulus of 2 pi F L minus 1 by 2 pi F C. Okay, now we are going to write the values. That is what 2 pi into L is, F is 50 Hz now, right? Into L is 80 into 10 power minus 3 now, okay, minus 1 by 2 pi into 50 into C is 60 into 10 power minus 6 now, right? Now we have to do this mathematical process, we have to do this mathematical calculation, right? It will give us 27.92. 27.92. Actually here the value what we are going to get is, this is what 25.13 will come, and this will become like 53.05, but modulus is there, mod is there. So because of this mod here, finally we are getting 27.92 ohms. 27.92 ohms. Okay, right there. I RMS is equal to RMS value of current is equal to V RMS by reactance. V RMS is 230, no? Reactance is 27.92. 27.92 amps. That is equal to 8.24 amps. 8.24 amps. Okay. Right. So what can we write here? Current amplitude I naught is equal to current is what RMS current. But according to the question, we need current amplitude. Current amplitude I naught is equal to root 2 into I RMS. Root 2 is 1.414, no? 1.414 into 8.24. That is approximately equal to 11.7. 11.7 amps. Right. Next, B. Potential, right. So we calculated current amplitude like what he is asking from A. Now, B. Obtain the RMS values of potential drop across each element. See here. Potential drop across L, V RMS L is equal to I RMS into omega L, that is equal to 8.24 into 25.13. That will give us 207 volt. 207 volt. Okay. Right. Next, potential drop across C is V RMS C is equal to I RMS into 1 by omega C, 8.24 into 53.05. 53.05, that is equal to 437 volt will come. 437 volt will come. Right. Next, right, that is what he is asking. What is the average, obtain the RMS values of potential drop across each element, right? So we calculated potential drop across inductor and across capacitor. So across inductor, how to find means, that is V is equal to IR formula like that. But here R means resistance, means that is what omega L, no? I RMS into omega L, that is equal to 207 volt will come, 8.24 into 25.13 will give us. Next, potential drop across C is means V RMS is equal to I RMS into 1 by omega C, that is equal to 437, 8.24 into 53.05 ma. That is what 437 volt will come. Right. Next, C. What is the average power transfer to the inductor? What is the average power transfer to the inductor? Generally, power factor, power formula, you know, that is VI cos phi. So, V RMS, I RMS cos phi. Okay. If you observe carefully here, in an inductor, voltage leads the current by pi by 2. In an inductor, voltage leads the current by pi by 2. Therefore, average power transfer to the inductor per cycle is P average is equal to V RMS into I RMS cos pi by 2. V RMS I RMS cos pi by 2, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Next, so that is what he is asking. What is the average power transfer to the inductor? Means that is 0. Because it is what voltage leads the current by pi by 2. So phi is equal to pi by 2. Then P average cos 90 is 0, no? So automatically P average became 0. Next, D. What is the average power transfer to the capacitor? What is the average power transfer to the capacitor? So in a capacitor, voltage lags behind the current by pi by 2. Here voltage is leading the current, but here voltage is lagging the current. Voltage lags behind the current by pi by 2. Therefore, average power transfer to the capacitor per cycle is, formula is same, that is P average is equal to V RMS I RMS cos of minus pi by 2, because it is lagging, no? Minus pi by 2, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Next, right. So in D, what is the average power transfer to the capacitor? In a capacitor, voltage lags behind the current by pi by 2. Therefore, average power transfer to the capacitor per cycle is P average is equal to V RMS I RMS. V RMS I RMS into cos of minus pi by 2, that is equal to 0. Obviously, cos 90 is 0, no? Cos 90 is 0. Okay, ma? Right. Next, see this. E, that is, what is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? What is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? Okay. Total average power absorbed by the circuit is 0, no? Because here also we got 0, here also we got 0. That is what power transfer to the inductor per cycle is 0. Power transfer to the capacitor per cycle is 0. Anyhow, whatever he is asking, what is the total average power absorbed by the circuit, means that is 0. Okay. Right. In this problem, that is what problem number 18. In this problem number 18, they have given one circuit. Given one circuit means not a picture. That is what orally he is saying. That is what a circuit containing inductor of inductance 80 millihenry and a capacitor of capacitance 60 microfarad in series is connected to a 230 volt 50 Hz supply. Right, the resistance of the circuit is negligible. Now there are 5 things to determine. One is obtain the current amplitude and RMS values. B is obtain the RMS values of potential drops across each element. C is what is the average power transfer to the inductor. D is what is the average power transfer to the capacitor. E is what is the total average power absorbed by the circuits. Okay, first we are writing the given values. We need to take in SI now, that's why 80 millihenry means 80 into 10 power minus 3 Henry. C is equal to 60 microfarad means 60 into 10 to the power of minus 6 farad. And V RMS is directly, that is 230 volts, and frequency is 50 Hz, right. First, according to A, we calculated current, we are going to calculate current amplitude and RMS values, right. So first, reactance of the circuit. This is the formula we have to substitute. And finally, because of this mod also, we are getting 27.92 ohms. Now, IRMS is equal to VRMS by reactance, no? That is equal to 230 by 27.92 amps, that is 8.24 amps. Next, current amplitude I0 is equal to root 2 into IRMS, that is equal to 1.44 into 8.24, which gives approximately 11.7 amps. 11.7 amps. Okay. Afterwards, potential drop, right? That is what A, because in A he is asking to calculate current amplitude, no. So we calculated, and the current amplitude we got it as 11.7 amps. Next, B, that is what he is asking to obtain the RMS values of potential drop across each element. So potential drop across L is 207 volt, that is 8.24 into 25.13. Next, potential drop across C is, we are getting, that is IRMS into 1 by omega sigma, that is 437 volt. Next, C is, what is the average power transport to the inductor? What is the average power transport to the inductor? See, in an inductor, voltage leads the current by pi by 2. Therefore, average power transport to the inductor per cycle is P average is equal to V RMS into I RMS cos pi by 2. That is equal to 0. Next, what is the average power transfer to the capacitor? So in a capacitor, voltage lags, because of lagging pi by 2, here average power will become 0. Next, total average power absorbed. What is the total average power absorbed by the circuit? That is equal to 0. Total average power absorbed is equal to 0. Next problem, that is problem number 19. See here. Suppose the circuit in exercise 7.18, right? This is the exercise 7.18. Suppose the circuit in the exercise 7.18 has a resistance of 15 ohms. Has a resistance of 15 ohms. Obtain the average power transferred to each element of the circuit and the total power absorbed. Total power absorbed. Okay, right. See here. Suppose the circuit in exercise 7.18 has, because here they have given the resistance of the circuit is negligible. The question is, suppose if there is a resistance, okay, see this, there is a resistance. That's why he is asking, suppose if there is a resistance of 15 ohms, obtain the average power transferred to each element of the circuit and the total power absorbed. Total power absorbed. Okay, that is, see here, see the answer ma. Here R is equal to 15 ohms. R is equal to 15 ohms they have given. First we have to calculate impedance. We have to calculate impedance. Okay, impedance Z is equal to square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. See this. Now we have to start to substitute the values. Square root of R means 15, no? 15 square plus omega means 2 pi into 50 into L value is 80 into 10 power minus 3 minus 1 by 2 pi into 50 into 60 into 10 power minus 6. That is what capacitance. Whole square. Whole square is there, no? That is. Here square root of this value 15 square means 225 will come, plus this value will give us 779.5. 779.5. Totally it is square root of 1004.5. That is approximately equal to 31.7 ohms. 31.7 ohms here. Therefore, IRMS is equal to VRMS by Z. That is equal to 230. VRMS already theriyum, that is what 230 volts. 230 divided by 31.7, that is equal to 7.255 amps. IRMS value what we got is 7.255 amps. Now, average power transferred to capital L is equal to, already that formula you know, V effective into I effective into cos pi by 2, that is equal to 0. Then average power transferred to the capacitor is equal to V effective into, right, V effective into I effective into cos of minus pi by 2. Cos of minus pi by 2. Then what will happen finally? We are getting, because cos 90 is 0, no? Cos 90 is 0. So, average power transfer to the capacitor also became 0. Next, average power transfer to resistor, that is IRMS square into capital R, that is 7.255 whole square into 15, because IRMS square we got 7.255, no? That is equal to 789.5 watt. Okay, that is, so that is what he is asking. That's what we calculated according to the problem. So if you observe carefully this problem number 19 ma, he is asking one is average power transfer to the element, to each element of the circuit, and the total power absorbed, right? Next, okay, that is what. But there is a difference. This problem number 19 also linking to the problem number 18. So what is that linking means? In problem number 18, he is saying that the resistance of the circuit is negligible. But in problem number 19, he is asking to take certain amount of resistance. That is what 15 ohms resistance. After that, he is asking to obtain the average power transferred to each element of the circuit and the total power absorbed. So to calculate IRMS, we need impedance. Impedance means the total resistance present in the circuit. So when R is equal to 15 ohms, impedance Z is, this is the formula, square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. So first we have to substitute the values, and after that we have to complete this mathematical process, so that we are getting square root of 225 plus 779.5, that is equal to square root of 1004.5. So which is approximately equal to 31.7 ohms. 31.7 ohms, right? Therefore, here IRMS is equal to VRMS by Z, that is equal to 230 divided by 31.7, which gives us 7.255 amps as IRMS. Now, average power transfer to L is equal to V effective I effective cos pi by 2 is equal to 0. Average power transfer to capacitor is equal to cos of minus pi by 2, that also will become 0. Now average power transfer to resistor, that is I RMS square into R, that is equal to 7.255 whole square into 15. It is 7.25 means 7 square means 49, no. So it is more than that, into 15. So will give us 789.5 watt. That is what average power transfer to the resistor. Because in the question he is asking, no. In the question what he is asking? Power, average power transferred to each element, right? So inductor, capacitor and resistor, and also that is what total power absorbed. Total power absorbed, right? So you can take 3 into account, then you can calculate the total power absorbed. Okay, right? So in this class we discussed two problems, problem number 18 and 19. So in problem number 18, by having the values of inductance and capacitance of an inductor and capacitor connected in series in one circuit, we calculated current amplitude and RMS values, and RMS values of potential drops across each element. We also calculated average power transfer to the inductor and average power transfer to the capacitor. So as simple as such, what I am saying is, in problem number 18, we calculated current amplitudes, RMS values, and RMS values of potential drops across each element, and average power transferred across each element, and then total average power. That's what we calculated from problem number 18. Next, in linking to 18th, 19th also problem, 19th problem is also have a link to the 18th problem. There they have given some resistance, okay, that is 15 ohms. By having or by considering that resistance, we calculated again whatever they are asking, that is what average power transfer to each element of the circuit we calculated, and the total power absorbed. Total power absorbed, okay, right? This is what IRMS value, and these are the values of average power transferred, and you can also calculate the total power by taking the all these three things into consideration, okay, right? So in our next class we will start with problem number 20.